Alrighty, right? We are live. Cool. Hey guys, my name is Gabriel Quinn. I am a character designer, illustrator, all that fun stuff. I make art for games and animation, and we're working on some characters today. We've been plugging away at this double sheet, this double page spread for a little bit now. We're finishing up the line art on these punk pirates, and then we'll be good to go pretty soon. So we have a cool set of guys here that we're kind of bringing into reality. We kind of organized the pages, sort of consolidated down, made the canvas all big so that we're crispy, even if we want to print it a different size in the future. So I should talk a little bit about the project before we get going. This is for a Sky Pirate IP I've been working on for a long time, where you have these, epic airships flying around, and there's, battles, and there's drama, and there's key moments of drama where they're fighting. These punk pirates are fighting like these circusy pirate guys and all that stuff, and you can see all the circusy pirates over here. We're still working on these guys. We'll be tackling these guys next, I think. But yeah, let's see. Oh, Mojo's in the chat. Welcome, buddy. Let's go. I gotta drop the stream. Yeah, so kind of surprise stream today. I didn't think I'd be streaming today, but here we are. I'm gonna drop this in the channel Discord if anyone wants to see. Cool. All right. Boom. Nice. Yeah, I hope you're doing well, Mojo. Hope life is good. Mojo says the YouTube notifications are clutch. They always come right up. Dude, epic. So yeah, that's what we're working on. We're working on these kind of sky pirates that fly around in airships and stuff. And these guys fly around in this giant airship. Let's see if we can find it. Yeah, this one, this big old airship we're still working on. We may line that up this week. I don't know yet. We're just getting a lot of stuff done this week. We're just going to grind it out. And we have like a hangar bay, which we'll finish up too. That'll be fun to do. The captain guy, we'll probably have to finish him as well sometime soon. But yeah, punk designs. So we started with these super loose sketches and stuff, and we've kind of taken each one and developed it sort of into something with a little more punch. And we can always edit these after, because these are very high res, so we can kind of resize if we need to. But we're still pretty loose. We got Ayub. Let's go. Welcome to the chat, guys. Working on these Sky Pirate boyos. So yeah, this one is, we left off kind of almost finishing this one. I went back in and touched up a few things. One thing I touched up was this guy's hair to make it more in alignment with our kind of style guide for these particular pirates. These particular pirates are very punk-esque and kind of like convex, concave, not a lot of wavy swirls, more just kind of spiky bits, like Kel here, who's got a fun mix, right? But yeah, so we've got this guy, we've got barrel guy, he's on the barrel. We've got hook guy, which we're working on now, and then we'll eventually clean out these other dudes. But yeah, I was working on it flipped for a while because this guy felt a little bit better working on flipped. I might end up flipping him for the actual page layout. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yo. Doing well, Ayub. Thanks for asking, buddy. Doing really well. I loved our character design session yesterday in the channel Discord. That was really fun. Which is cool. Yeah, if we have any returning viewers live or in the VOD, thank you guys so much for coming back. Hope you guys are having a great day. Cool. Man, I always second guess the heck out of my anatomy whenever I'm streaming. It's kind of funny. Don't usually have that issue. Oh, we got Seth. Welcome, Seth. Let's go. We got all the homies. Cool. All right, so we're going to give him these two kind of like hook weapons. We're going to foreshorten some stuff, so it kind of goes like back and then kind of hooks down. kind of in that way, you know? Yeah, but today we're going to stream in 2 sessions. So we're going to do I think one we're going to do for like a couple hours. I think I'm going to be live for maybe 2 hours, and the next one we're going to go for many more. So yeah, this one I'm going to go 12 to 1. Yeah, then I have a meeting, and then I'll probably take lunch, and then I'll come back for another live stream after that, which will be great. And then I'll stream until the day's over, pretty much. So hopefully we get a lot of stuff done. I'm kind of like really just going into finishing mode with everything we've been working on. We've been working on a bunch of different IP stuff. We're just going to be systematically going from thing to thing. So we're going to be doing some fun design here. This guy, we're going to give him a big old buckle. If you want to kind of make a big statement on a character, you can always just give him a big old buckle. Big old buckles are always fun, you know? Double layer it up. Also, if you give him those big chunky buckles, like that's a lot of what works for the design language of games like League of Legends and Riot, is like these big chunky designs, right? And we do want to learn something from these successful franchises if we can. And how it clips into the pants as well. You know, we want to make sure that things are attached, feeling pretty logical at least. We got HG in the chat. Welcome, welcome. I always seem to close out my little stream monitor thing whenever I accidentally tab back over. It's funny. Let's see. Nice. Yeah, today's a sleepy day. I don't know if you can tell from the lighting in my apartment. I tried to light it pretty bright, but it is like dark outside. It was so rainy last night, and today it's a very calm and sleepy day. Yeah, very, very calm and sleepy day, for sure. Ah, we got all the boys in the chat. It's Boys Day today. Today is for the boys. All right, let's go. I mean, it makes sense. We're doing Sky Pirates. Nothing cutesy today, unfortunately. This is very, like, dude concept art stuff. Stylish guys becoming concept artists just so we can play dress up with characters. Now, that's a hot take. That's a hot take right there. That's something my Barnard College girlfriend would say to me. But she's based, so it's okay. It's fine. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm experimenting with the idea of adding music to the stream. I don't know yet, though. I think if I were to do it, it would probably be very chill instrumental, and it might just be something that like I make myself. That could be like fun. All right, this is visually getting pretty cluttered, so let's try and we don't need that strap. If this one's here, the other one can be out of sight. So we'll just have the belt end, and we can have this on this side be much more minimal. So it's already poking out, right? Oh, a music collab. That would be really fun. That would be super chill. HC says it's gray here too. I'm just glad it cooled down. Oh my god, me too. Like sleeping without needing to throw the AC on. It's underrated, man. It's super underrated. Cause like just throws off my vibe, I think. You use a DAW? Yeah, I use Logic Pro X. Ableton. It really is underrated. I think so. We need the cool autumn vibes before the cold winter vibes. I'm really looking for an appropriately long autumn. I want a drawn out autumn this year. If we can do that, that would be sick. If the weather lords can make that happen, then that would be super based of them. If they could do that, that'd be sick. All right, we'll give him a little elbow pad because I feel like he needs a little elbow pad with a spike. Just kind of makes sense to me that he has a little studded little elbow pad. And on the back, you wouldn't really see it here with how his arm is. Let's just redraw this. Oh man, it's like I used to be way more comfortable doing just super stylized kind of anatomy stuff, but recently I've been wanting just that extra bit of believability, that extra bit of muscle implication, just that little bit of enough, hit that next level, hit that high level. But it's hard when you want it to be really good. Cool. Seth says autumn is peak rock climbing season. So if it sticks around, that means more climb time. We got a climber in the chat. Let's go. I used to do real climbing back in the day, not just on the wall, but for real, on the rock. And man, that was fun. That was really cool. Scary as heck though. My goodness. My goodness. Mojo says, I love the term concept bro. I've never related to a title more. A concept art bro. A concept art bro is a very particular archetype though. It's I know a bunch. Some of them are fine gentlemen. Some of them are, interesting characters. Definitely the source of a lot of scandal in our entertainment industry. That's for sure. But I have found concept art bros to be the guys who are maybe too afraid to join the army, so they'll just draw the guns instead of using them. But hey, if you like gun stuff and army stuff and everything, who am I? Who am I? Ayub says I'm the opposite. I always go for realistic. I think it's because of the games I play. For more realistic, yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting. What games do you play, Ayub? This guy's got the stud motif to the max. We're really giving it to him here, which I like. I like having a strong motif across the character, You don't have to share, Ayub. No worries. We won't dox your gamer zone. No. Don't play League. Gosh. Man, they used to make it a rule that you had to play League if you worked at Riot. It's a brutal rule. I mean, it definitely did wonders for starting their League cult. It was great. Your Honor, League of Legends. That's so funny. Bro, kick him from the Discord. Luckily, I haven't had to kick anyone yet from the Discord. Thank goodness. You guys are chill. You guys are so chill. All right, let's flip a few times. This arm's looking a little long to me. I mean, it's okay. It can be a little long. Long arms are fine, but yeah, let's see here. All right, this is feeling pretty good to me. We'll do the little cuff. Little silhouette on the end. There we go. All right, that gives some life to our boy here. I used to play League of Legends, man. I used to love Twisted Fate. I would play Twisted Fate, and no one would see it coming. No one would see the Twisted Fate coming. You know? No one would see it. They would never see the level 4 flash gold card ignite death. I'd get him down to like, you know, get him down to like 2/3 health. They wouldn't really, you know, they'd catch a couple Qs, you know, catch a couple. They're like, oh, I'm fine. And then wham, next thing you know, they're gone. But I left that behind. I left League of Legends behind. It was interesting. I was in my senior year of high school, and I remember very clearly, I was like, okay, I can be good at a few things. I can only be good at a few things in this life. And I can choose to be good at League, or I can just go in on art, man. And that's what I did. It was a meandering path, but that's what I chose. Abe said, imagine working at Riot and having a toxic relationship with a coworker because he ints your game. That's so funny. Oh, man. Never a good time. Yeah, that's another reason it's just diminishing returns on that game, man. It's like once you get past that honeymoon phase, it's just Stockholm syndrome. That's what keeps you there, you know? Abe said I chose to be bad at League and at art. Hey, Abe, you're pretty good, man. Probably at both. Your ideas are good. So you're set, buddy. Based prioritizing what's important in life. Yeah, I did like a thing though. Like I don't know. With me, it took me a very long time to get to a direction, you know, like it took me some time, a lot of full circle stuff for sure, but some things I feel like it took me a little longer than I would have wanted. For a while I was just doing fine art and like making paintings and stuff, trying to figure out what that meant to me. But eventually, man, I didn't like that world of selling paintings. It was super strange. But, you know, we got there. I min-maxed pretty hard to be fit for publishing. And then COVID, baby. Which, I don't know, maybe I could have still gone for it, but I didn't feel like I could at the time. Mojo said, what sort of paintings did you make? I made like, you know, a lot of abstract art, actually. I made a lot of cool, kind of symbolic, a lot of botanical work. Like, I don't know. I think spirituality is a pretty big part of my life. And I would really channel that into the paintings and artwork that I would make. Like, I don't know. I did a painting recently for fun, which was, here, let's circle cam. I've shown this one before, I think, on stream, but let's see. Wow, circle cam. This guy did this painting recently. It's inverted. It's kind of weird. Yeah. So stuff kind of like this, you know. This is very simple though. This is just for fun, kind of stream of consciousness art. HD says, strange in what sense? The strange sense was that, you know, I found that the people who would buy art, it was a particular kind of person. And at a certain point, I felt like I was caricaturing myself to appeal to that kind of person, you know, because buying a painting from someone is sort of like buying a piece of that person for yourself, right? It's like people maybe aren't so creative, or maybe they don't have so much. Oh, I'm still circle camera. It's just you and me. Hey. It's okay. It's allowed. It can just be you and me for a second. That's allowed. You know, we don't have to go right back to drawing. We can keep talking about life and about weird fine art world if we want. It's okay. It's okay. It's not okay. We're going back to art. How dare you think for a second that that was okay? Horrifying. Seth says, I felt like I couldn't go into art for some reason, so I ended up getting a degree in biology, now trying to extract myself from my current career. Dude, that's real. Mojo says, nice. Kind of Muka. I love Muka. Big influence of mine for sure. Also, welcome, Nabs. Welcome. Zach Ryan. Welcome, Zach Ryan. Gosh, we got all the homies. Let's go. Zach Ryan sounds familiar. Probably not. Mojo says, Muka probably the most based artist, especially Slav epics. You know, not a lot of people know about the Slav epics. You get bonus points. You get some bonus points. Let's look at a Slav epic right now because you guys don't even know. You don't even know about Muka. You don't even know about the Slav epics. There's no way you know. I'm about to change your life. It's not that deep. It's just really beautiful, incredible paintings. They're huge too. They're huge. They're like massive paintings. So check this out. This is Alphonse Muka in his later twilight years of his career. Can I open this image in a new tab? Can I do that? Will it let me? Oh, sick. Public domain. Slay. So this painting, this is one of many paintings that Alphonse Muka did for the history of the Slavic people. This one, I'm not 100% sure on the cultural context of this one, but just look at this thing, man. Like, look at the first of all, the delicate interplay of light and shadow. Gorgeous. First of all, gorgeous. Second of all, I love how the myth and a lot of these great symbolic things are happening just in the sky. I mean, these paintings are huge. Let's get a sense of scale here. Let's see if we can grab some scale. Look at this. Look at this. This is so good. Look at this painting. This is incredible. Brilliant. It almost becomes a mural, but then they're here. It's so interesting. You can see all of Muka's skills coming and combining to this body of work. Like, look at how big these paintings were. They were huge. Look at our boy, Alphonse. Like, look at this. Look how big these paintings were. Gorgeous. Now that is a magnum opus. That is a swan song for sure. Unbelievable. I really want to go see the Slav epic. I really want to go see soon. Inshallah, soon. Let's see. Low-key remind me of some of Gurney's Dinotopia stuff. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Wait, really? We hit 800 subs? Wait, oh my gosh, that happened on stream. Sick. Guys, 800 subscribers. That's kind of crazy. Sick. That's cool. I didn't really have any numbers goals when I started the YouTube thing. I just kind of wanted to do it. So everything just feels super cool. It's just like, oh, nice. It's hugely unexpected. I kind of thought that this would go very badly and I would just give up after 3 weeks, but we're more than 3 weeks in and we're still going, which is cool. Very cool. Emmy's in the chat. Welcome. No worries. We're going to be streaming a lot today, so no worries about being late at all. I'm going to be dipping in about an hour and a half. And then back after lunch. So I'm going to be doing 2 streams today. Pretty fun. I've been worried about like content flooding. Like if I stream every day, would that just be too many things in people's sub boxes? I don't know. Yeah, thanks, Emmy. Emmy says these concepts are looking amazing. Let's go. I like the idea of like little star-shaped guards for these weird hook weapons. We're just going to be freehanding this foreshortened perspective hook thing. No need to go too hard, I think. Or are we going hard by freehanding it? Who knows? Oh, I just got a lovely message from my beloved Isabel. Let's go. Shout out to Isabel. Best girlfriend in the entirety. Period. Yeah, Isabel's just the best. We we did like a little bit of a Twilight movie marathon over the weekend. We watched the first one and the second one and the third one, I think. I think we got through 3, I'm pretty sure. And they were terrible. Those are terrible, 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 hilarious movies. It was great. Yeah, truly awful films. But you know, it's great. The dialogue is comical. And it just reminds me, like, it reminds me of the futility of my mission to like create wonderful things, because I'll create a wonderful thing and then everyone will just watch Twilight. So it truly is a futile mission. Doomer arc? Now, what's beautiful about creating is that it'll find the right person. You know, if you make something really wonderful, it'll always find the right person. And that's what it's all about, you know? That's really what it's all about. And when you see a bunch of kind of garbagey content or a bunch of very vapid content, it's super easy to get discouraged. But that's, you know, even if a lot of people watch it, that's one moment in their life that they're watching that, you know? Like, you don't know how their life will change and how they will evolve and grow. And just because someone likes something that you perceive as a lower quality doesn't necessarily mean they will always be enjoying that particular style of content. So it's okay, you know? It's okay. It's okay, you know? There's something for everyone, truly. In this world of too much of everything, there's something for everyone. I think. Is that Cope? Where's Lashy? I need Lashy to tell me if that's Cope. And she says, oh, wow, I barely got through the first movie. The key is to watch it with your girlfriend who is really into them. And it's just really funny because she knows all the lines and you can just make faces at each other the whole time because it's just really funny. That's the key, as I see it. Mojo says, I only know this because I was in the same situation. He said, bro, did you get to the part where Bella was having a panic attack when Edward left? It was hilarious. Yeah, yeah, true. It's hard losing someone you love, you know? Ella Fretman, welcome to the chat. How's it going, Ella? Ella says, as long as your wonderful thing remains pretty and appealing, It's going to do fine. It's going to do fine. Ella said it. Let's go. Seth says, sometimes I see something terrible and I get a sudden fear that the things I make will be equally as embarrassing. Hey, that's a healthy fear. That's a very healthy fear. Ayub says, as the right hand for Lashy's copium cult, it is indeed cope. No! I was coping the whole time and I didn't even know. All right, we've lost the plot on the sword a little bit. We've widened the silhouette. We've made the sword huge. Like, what's the point of it? We've lost the entire point of this weapon, so we're gonna take it way back. But it was good. Good to put it down. See what it looked like. See what it felt like. We want something like this, I think. Swing, more like a sickle. Like an angled sickle. Oh! Lashy's here. We summoned him, guys. We summoned him. Let's go. Beautiful. I was just saying things that were apparently, according to your loyal followers, it was cope. So there we go. We're coping it up. Coping it up on the stream. As we do. You know, it's allowed. We're allowed to cope sometimes. Heck yeah. Got everybody in. Let's go. Nice. Did you get everything finished up on the house, Lashy? Yo, brush pack check. Oh my god, yeah. So we're tuning that today, and I'm gonna put it in the Patreon today. I'm gonna do it on stream. I'm gonna tune up the brushes on stream because there's a couple that I need to tune up. Brush pack check. Gosh, you guys really want this brush pack, eh? It's not gonna be a very big brush pack. Only a few. May the copocalypse bring you peace. That's tough, Lashy. Hope you feel better and return to normal very soon, buddy. All right, let's get this down. We've been stuck on these sickle weapons for a sec. Gotta just lay them down. I'm starting to think though, like I'm questioning their effectiveness. And you know me, guys. I'm a big believer in grounded design. So let's think about this guy for a second. Before we continue, let's think about him for a second. He's a guy. He's a sky pirate, you know. He's cool. He's got his crazy mohawk, his big mustache and goatee, and he's got these big spiky things on his shoulders. He's got a stud motif. What does he need? What on earth does this guy need? I feel like instead of weapons, I feel like he needs some kind of like maybe like a ball and chain, like a spiked ball and chain. Does that feel good in the grand layout of these guys? Does that feel cool? Feels pretty cool to me. Emmy says, how long does it usually take, days of, in brackets, days of no drawing, for you guys to get rusty? Like 1 day. If I don't draw for a day, it's hard to get back into it. I need to draw every day. That's been one of the biggest battles for me this year, is like staying on with it. You know, there's been so much life stuff that, hard to stay on it. But yeah, like I know for myself, I need to be drawing like every day. Ella says, hey Gabriel, I saw you were drawing some stuff for the ArtStation challenge. Did you participate? I made a couple ideas, and I wanted to kind of maybe grind it out and finish it because I love Thomas. He's a really great guy, and I wanted to participate in his challenge because he's one of the judges, and Sanguine as well, who's another buddy. But I'm going to be honest, the theme, which they didn't get to choose, the judges and the people, they don't get to choose. They just didn't do it for me. Like the prompt, like Neo Tokyo exponential reality, like, I don't know. That was for me like maybe like 2 years ago when I was doing sci-fi. I think if I took like a heavily stylized approach, like heavily stylized, I maybe could have finished, but I wanted it to be a certain way. Like I wanted it to be like a certain type of my style. It was interesting. But yeah, I think if I went with something more like there's a minute when I was doing some pretty darn stylistic stuff, and I feel like I could have done it in that sort of world, but I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, no, I totally just I dropped it. Ooh, Ayubak's a good question. By the way, I always think about this. Can a concept in a certain style be translated into different styles and keep the idea strong, or does the style make the concept? Of course, it depends. Like, that's the obvious answer. But something like Batman, universal. Spider-Man, universal. Those archetypes of design are universal. So it can span multiple styles. However, like a design like I always feel like that's, of course, it's like, so like it depends, right? There are a lot of designs that require a certain style. Like, for instance, a lot of like Dark Souls bosses wouldn't work in other styles, right? And then, something like Hello Kitty maybe wouldn't translate into a more realistic, or like maybe you couldn't fit Hello Kitty into like a Disney 2D animated feature unless you like made a lot of changes. So I think it's definitely, it depends. It's easier to simplify a realistic design than to realisticify a simplified design, I think. Depending, of course, but it's always a big it depends. But, a really iconic design is pretty transferable and universal, I think. But that's just me. All right, this guy, let's come back to this guy actually. Or maybe in drawing his pants, we'll discover who he is. Ella says, yeah, I feel the same way about the ArtStation theme. I got really interested at first and realized I'm in a medieval headspace now and can't switch my brain properly. Yeah, it's kind of like I feel like they always write themselves into a corner. The ArtStation challenge always writes themselves into a corner of like, this could be cool, but you made it lame. Like it's too open and too restricted, I think. because you have to make the ensemble work together, like aesthetically and like, you know, in the same world, but then you put weird limitations on it. Like even in the last challenge of the medieval back and forth, like that had such potential to be like really cool, but then they made stipulations. They said it's not just medieval mixed with modern, and it's not just modern mixed with medieval. It's draw a person from medieval who's come to the modern world, or draw a person who is modern who has gone to the medieval world. What would they be doing? It's like you've instantly killed all potential for intrigue and interest with that, in my opinion. Sorry, I shouldn't rant about it. But prompts and briefs, man, I don't know. They end up getting the same thing they always get every year with the ArtStation Challenge. It's just kind of like a bunch of random stuff, like a bunch of random aesthetic stuff. Mojo says, I hope it didn't feel like a complete waste of time, though. I thought your Neo Tokyo designs were really cool regardless. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't think it was a waste of time at all. I learned a lot about myself through it, and I learned a lot about kind of who I was trying to make myself into for that challenge, and also where I was like stopping myself from doing certain ideas because I'm like, well, I can't do that for the ArtStation Challenge. So even learning stuff like that was a big revelation for me of like, oh wait, I have limitations on myself. This is weird. Why do I have these? These don't belong here. But it's all a learning process, you know? Zella Faye, welcome. Welcome to the chat. Let's go. Nab says, aren't The Simpsons also falling into that category where it requires the style to work? Yeah, that's like when you're working from a broken reality, then you like can't shift out of it. You know what I mean? Like if everyone's yellow and like pointy, you know? I mean, maybe into other styles. But even then, the style, like you could do like cool iterations on Simpsons and other styles, though. I think it would just be what it is, which I think they've done before, like anime kind of Simpsons and stuff. Like I think you could do that. In theory. All right, let's see here what we got going on with our boy. No, the ArtStation Challenge definitely wasn't a waste of time. It was a good check. It was a good check for conceptualizing stuff, and like I think that I had a lot of blockages on just like timelining and finishing. Like it ultimately didn't feel worth it to finish it because I felt like having it in my portfolio would have been like inauthentic to what I actually want to be doing more for work. So it would have been like a weird thing of like, if I put this in and get hired for it, I'm going to be like sad because I don't want to do that. So it was like, it was very interesting. But that can definitely be a trap in and of itself for sure. Shouldn't get too fixated. As per usual, we're doing kind of fun sort of armory knee plates and whatnot. Zella says, I'm doing well. Applied to an art-related job this morning that popped up in my small town. Oh my gosh. Good luck. Good luck. If you're able to get an interview, be sure to be enthusiastic, but professional, but happy and bubbly, but not frivolous. So that's, yeah, balancing that stuff is never easy, man. Never easy. We're going to put some nonsensical straps here because you just need straps on a character. You just need some strappies. Balance, exactly. Exactly. All right, we're getting clean here. We're going clean but loose. That's our whole vibe right now. Our whole vibe is clean and loose. We're gonna keep the super skinny leg look, I think. Some people do have truly skinny legs, and we want to push some of the proportions on these characters, I think. Emmy says, weird question, but where in your art do you feel you aren't as strong as would make you comfortable? That's a great question. I think everybody always has similar answers to this. For me, I think anatomy. I'm definitely the kind of person who wants like complete autonomy over my ideas. And I think that sometimes having incomplete anatomy stops me from achieving like my true potential with some certain ideas. My anatomy's fine, but like, of course, we all want to be that savant who like knows every muscle and every this and every that, that would be sick. But yeah, I think anatomy's one for sure. Because I think my line art, my stylization is fine. I like my style. I like my work. But yeah, if I had that next level Chad anatomy, that would be sick. I won a Proco course once from a James Gurney Proco challenge, and I got the anatomy pack, and I made it through till joints, and then I was like, dude, this is a lot, and I slowed down, didn't continue as much. That course is like so sluggish and slow, and it's like I'm one of the most impatient guys ever, which is why my style is the way it is, and why I draw the way I do, and why I concept the way I do, But man, definitely gotta push it, I think. He said lucky. You could win. You could win an ArtStation challenge if you try. Not ArtStation, Proco challenge. Proco challenges, they're not that competitive, It's a lot of beginners, I think. I won when I was out of, like, in my senior year of university. And he says, I've went through his online anatomy course a few times and loved it. The free stuff. Oh yeah, the free stuff is great for sure. Mojo says, I wasn't aware of Proco challenges. Oh my gosh. Join the Proco challenges, Mojo. You do great. Mothma says, hello y'all, I'm here. Hope everyone is doing great. Welcome. Let's go, Lashy. Proco challenge winners. I won best storytelling, which is fitting, I guess. So you guys should trust me to teach you storytelling and art, because I won a Proco challenge with James Gurney. James frickin' Gurney. And I met him at Lightbox, and I was like, James Gurney, you don't know me. My name is Gabriel Quinn. I participated in a Proco challenge. I did the toaster robot with the cats. And he looked at me and he went, oh, and he goes, yes. And he turns to his wife and he's like, this is Gabriel Quinn. He did one of the little Proco guys. And she's like, James, it's raining. And I was like, I won't take up any more of your time. I'll see you later. And he was like, well, okay. And he was just a little goober. And I love that. I love him so much. James Gurney, I just love him. I love him so much. He's just the best. And his Proco challenge, I will say, is the best it was the best Proco challenge. Personifying an inanimate object, so fun. It was just great. It was simple. It was fun. It was just fantastic. It's a fantastic time. Truly fantastic. If he's at this Lightbox, I'm going to force my art book on him. I'm going to be like, please. And he'll be like, I don't have any room in my bag, which is the best excuse ever to give to someone if you don't want their art book. So it actually could be possible they have no room in their bag, though. It's like a real issue. So it works because it's probably true. Zella says, I've been looking into mentorships in illustration. Would a mentorship be really helpful? Have you done a mentorship? I've done 2 mentorships. One was with Michael Relf, but that was by request. He's never done a mentorship before, and I made a PowerPoint and pitched him to be my mentor. And we did 1 session a month, but it wasn't for illustration specifically. It was more for just like art journey stuff because I needed to sort myself out in many ways. And that was the most prolific period of my life. So I think that having a mentor is absolutely fantastic, absolutely incredible. Would highly recommend it. I did another mentorship with Iris Muddy, and that was more for specific style direction and figuring out what I want to do. And in that mentorship is when I developed this piece, this fire piece, and I figured out how I want to go about working on story art in a more concrete way, not just sketches, but also with color and painting. Mentorships are incredible. For illustration specifically, like if you want technical information, a mentorship can be good for sure. I feel like it depends on what you want to improve in your mentorship and who is your mentor, because I've heard of mentorships that have been like terrible. Like they don't get any value at all. They give somebody like $900 and they don't really improve, and that's not always the mentor's fault, because sometimes a student wants to be in a mentorship but doesn't really have the gumption, to put into place the things that would actually get them the result, because it's like you could get a trainer, but then you still got to go to the gym. So you can imagine it like hiring a trainer and then you just don't show up to the gym. That's like the rough part about teaching. That's rough. Abe said, just saw the concepts for this short film called Urbance, and man, it's good. Ooh. I don't know what that is. Oh, interesting. Yeah, this seems right up your alley for sure. Very cyberpunk, very cool. I won't show it on stream because you never know what's going to pop up, man. And also, copyright. I'm like terrified of copyright strike. I only show my art or long dead artists. Kevin Lack says, do you have any advice for things to prepare for before you buy a mentorship? Yeah, for sure. So I think that if you lack direction, so if you want to like really improve on specifics, you need direction. So figure out your direction. If you have no direction and that's what you want, direction, then know that's what you want and find a mentor that can help you find direction. When you're really early on in your career, there are a million different routes you can go in your art career, right? There's so many different routes. So your mentorship could literally be meandering through and figuring out like where you want to be, knowing your direction, and then you're like, pew, right in the direction. But that's way better than doing this, than doing infinitely doing this forever and ever. You never leave the intermediate sphere, right? It's better to kind of go wow, 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 in my opinion. But again, it depends on who you are, what you want to do. But yeah, like, so if you want direction, know that's what you want. That's what I wanted out of my first mentorship. I was super clear about that, and it was incredible for me. If you have direction, find a mentor that will actually, that can do what you want to be able to do, that can do it. And just kind of get their vibe, gauge their vibe, you know. I think that a lot of people buy mentorships before they even talk to the artist or anything like that. Like my buddy Rioma Artazi, who does great mentorships, he does like a little interview before where they kind of interview each other. Like, hey, am I going to be a good fit for you? Are you going to be a good fit for me? Do our goals line up? You know, do our vibes line up? Can I give you what you need? Because the last thing anyone wants to do is leave someone kind of high and dry, even if it's just a feeling of being left high and dry, right? We're talking about a lot of stuff today. My goodness. All right, sick. We still have an hour though. Sweet. Ella says, I'm actually thinking of becoming a mentor for a bit. So scared of to mess someone up though. I feel that, you know, I really feel that. It's very easy. Very, 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 very easy to lead someone astray. The first mentorship I did for someone was free because I wanted to actually develop my mentorship so I could approach it and I could be like, okay, I know this works. I know this didn't work. I know this was good. I know this was bad. And developing, I think it was a 6-week mentorship. What was great is that the student had radical improvement, fantastic improvement. So that was amazing to be a part of. That was really, really amazing. It was like taking someone from like a real place of obscurity in terms of what they wanted to do into being able to like actionably move forward. One of the things that was most helpful was actually just like teaching them how to ideate, and just demoing that one-on-one with them was really good, and helping them figure out what they wanted to do for sure. But if I were to approach a mentorship again, yeah, I would want it to be very both structured and unstructured. You need both, you know? Lashy says, while I was sick, I started Attack on Titan. Nice. Mojo says, what do you mean by ideate? Like one of the assignments I gave the student was to design an airship. And it could be a plane or a thing or whatever, but I gave them a whole bunch of like references, examples, blah, 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 blah. And I kind of laid out like, I kind of laid out for them like how to research I did basically a stream on it, you know, why airships are great for world building. That was based off of an assignment I gave for my mentorship. But Ideation, like he was working on some ideas and he was kind of stuck, and he came to me and he was like, you know, I'm not sure what to do. And I was like, okay, you want to just come up with ideas for like an hour or something like that? And we just sat in a call, and I was just in Photoshop, and I just came up with ideas for an hour, like 1 hour straight. I just came up with ideas. And I think for him to see that you can just come up with ideas, like you're allowed to just like pop off and come up with ideas. You don't have to draw and sketch every little thing you think ever. Like, you know, one of the ideas was like Like, oh, and it's huge and it's giant and it comes out of the cloud and it has like all these harpoons that like hook out and they shoot the thing and it captures other airships from above and it does the thing and it does that. And it was just scribbles like that, but it was that for like an hour. And then I think we took one and we kind of sketched it out, which was fine. But yeah, just like knowing that you can be free. Like it was very revelatory for him to realize that you could be free like that. So that was very helpful, I think. Mojo says, gotcha. Totally makes sense. Definitely something I'm working on too. It's hard to practice. Seth says, do you think it's worthwhile to go to Lightbox if my portfolio is super mid? I don't have much to show that I'm really proud of, but I still feel like I like to go. It depends on your goal. If your goal is to get a job, then you got to be really, really real with yourself on if you're able to get a job with the portfolio you have. Like think about this. This is what I would think about if I was you. If you want to go for concept art, for like character concept art, right? Let's say even just for games. If someone said to you, okay, listen, I need a page of ideas. It's a rhino knight with a Gatling gun, and he's got a temperament problem, and he smokes a big cigar. We need, 2 sheets by the end of the day. Like, you need to give 2 sheets of rough sketch, loose painting, whatever it is that kind of works best in your style, but you need to give a lot of ideation, show all of your thinking and everything like that, like in a day. You're doing that for a week straight. Like, would you actually be, not would it be good, but would you actually be able to give something of value to the project that you're on, versus like someone else, versus whomever. A lot of concept artists are not posting that much on social media, and they're not on YouTube, and you're not going to see them, like a lot of your favorite YouTubers and concept artists, they're like, they look really good, but they're not as good as a lot of industry guys. So if you're looking to work in that industry, you have to really think like, not like, I really want a job. It can be pretty dispassionate, like, can you actually do it? Like, can you actually give something interesting and of value? That's something that, a lot of people learn the hard way. They get their first gig and it's tough, and and you don't hit the mark, and it's like, damn, another guy is like hitting it way easier because they've been doing it for 10 years. You know what I mean? But still, it's like if you want to get a job, be really honest of if you can actually hold up, right? Because if you get stuck on something, like the reason why we train so hard for concept art is so you don't get stuck, for instance, these clothing folds, they're not the best clothing folds ever, but they're good enough and I'm not getting stuck on them. The only thing I'm getting stuck on are these weapons, but that's just because I'm don't know what I want to do with them. I feel like I might want to do a cool like turned back blade, I think. Like those cool kind of Egyptian blades, Yeah, there we go. That works, I think. Yeah, that definitely works. Ooh, take care, Moth. Enjoy class. Enjoy lurking. Ella says, you're so great at ideating. I bet you inspired him. Yeah, it was good. It was a great session. And he was a great mentee. Like, he really cared. We did character stuff. We did prop stuff. We did story moment. That was interesting. The story moment one was like, I realized that one you got to like really train for. Like, that's a whole other mentorship. Like putting your characters in a narrative context versus actually designing is like a whole other thing, man. For people, like, you can't teach it all at once. It's too much. That's one thing I got out of the mentorship. But yeah, we'll see. I might do it. I might do a tester little mentorship with the patrons at some point. We'll see. Something like very affordable to see if I can make it happen. If anyone's interested in that. Yeah, it's also been tough, man, because the industry is really hard right now. So like I'm sometimes even thinking like, man, do I want to like take people's money to like teach them how to do this, you know? I don't know. It's tough. But it's good to remember that people who really have the gumption, like, they're going to make it happen, you know? Regardless of any of the industry struggles right now. I mean, games is actually fine. Games is good. Animation's just tough. All the strikes, man. It's not easy. Strikes, layoffs. Oof. Like, all the slashing. It's insane how, like, corporate just slashes, like, entire divisions. It's pretty wild, man. Zell says, I'd be down. Mojo says, same. Oh, sick. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. What I might do is I might, like, add a tier to the Patreon where, like, maybe there's a theme for that month for, like, a mentorship, and it's, like, a 3-week mentorship, and people can, like, opt into it or opt out. I don't know. We'll see. Abe says, why is animation being hit? Well, animation is affected by the writer strike in a major way, and the actor strike too, voice actors, everything like that. But also, there were recently, in the past couple of years, mass layoffs. So, I don't know if you guys remember, but Netflix basically axed their entire animation division, the whole thing. So they stopped producing a lot of animation because they're like, "What? This is so expensive, and like people maybe aren't watching it, and we could just produce like bad dating shows, and it'll be way more cost effective." Like Netflix got, I think, the same guy who is like, he loves reality TV because it's like super cheap and it garners audiences and all that stuff. Like, it's kind of gross. Like, it all feels gross, you know, obviously. But Ella says, I just read today that there were 5,000 layoffs in games in 2023, so it's not going great either. Yeah, there you go. Man, it's pretty wild. Also, you know, people are figuring out, like, hey, how far can we get with AI? Even a couple productions I've been on, people are starting to introduce AI into the workflow, and they called it AI exploration, and it looked terrible, but, you know, it's for what they wanted. It was you know, it was usable. That's the thing, is that it doesn't have to be good. It has to be usable, because everything's just content now, man. You know, if like some guy and his dad can make TikToks and hold your attention, like why does the concept for this game trailer need to be like really, really amazing? It can just be doable. Mojo said, I'm scared of entering the industry. Yeah, that's fair, man. That's totally fair. Zala says, dating shows are horrible. Don't see how people can watch them. Man. I hope they forget about it soon. AI, yeah. I mean, also, you know, people like shiny new toys. Like, you guys remember VR, man. People are like, VR's the future. VR is this, and it's that, and it's this. And, like, so much money went into VR. And then, you know, it's kind of just like, I don't know, man. I don't know if people are just going to put stuff on their head like that all the time. I mean, of course, VR has a future, but it's really not as world shifting as I think they initially thought. I don't know. Maybe that's misinformed, but that's kind of how it feels to me a little bit. But yeah, the AI thing, we'll see. Like, we'll see, man. We'll see how things go. I kind of had this like very intense experience recently of I was sitting there and I was contemplating stuff, you know, because I was thinking like, you know, like, yeah, like, what am I doing, man? Like, do I even want to continue doing this? And like, what's going on? You know, everybody has these thoughts sometimes, right? And I was thinking like, do I want to continue with this world of art? Like, do I want to participate in the industry right now? Like, do I actually want to do this, or do I just hard switch now? What do I do? I actually can't talk about it, Ayub, because of NDA stuff. But I'm streaming all day this week, so you can probably extrapolate how it went. It's interesting. It wasn't a question of qualification. It was a question of changing direction. It sucks when there's a project that is like about to go through, and then because of a last second corporate decision, like the entire idea shifts, and you don't have a place on that production anymore. That's always rough. But it's the name of the game, man. Name of the game. But yeah, this week we're just going to be finishing these characters, putting them up on LinkedIn, Instagram, everywhere, and then yeah, getting a new gig, man. Gotta get that new gig, baby. There's always stuff though. Like that's what's cool about the industry is it's always in flux. So even if there's like a dry spell, like there's something around the corner. If you're good, if you can do it, and there's something that like you'd fit on, then you'll be fine. Depending. Gosh. I'm always skeptical saying this stuff, man. I don't want to give anyone any bad information. All my artists hate AI. Also, welcome, Salmon. AI, it's interesting. I think when they figure it out, it'll be fine. Gosh. I try not to talk about it too much on the stream. Everyone always says the same things again and again and again. Well, it's an interesting tool, and when we figure out what it's good for and what it's not good for, then we'll be able to apply it. It's whatever, man. Who cares? Who cares? Me, I care. I really care a lot, actually. Now, the biggest, scariest thing about AI is that it will replace a lot of beginner positions, which is already happened in many ways, and the ability to learn on the job already is gone. You can't learn on the job in our industry. You can't do it because people are just good. People are just good. They're so good, man. And you got to learn before you get the job. That's how our industry is right now. You got to be professional level before you even become a professional. Sometimes, a lot of the time, sometimes, not all the time. Some people get an internship or people get, a position where they're not that good and they can do it. But I'm going to be real. A lot of that's nepotism. A lot of that is nepotism. Or like you get recruited out of like Art Station or something, or Art Center. Like it's a lot of that kind of stuff, which it's a little bit feels bad. But hey, don't hate the player, hate the game, right? Boom, boom, boom. Yo. The AI bros are annoying. The AI bros, I mean, I've heard a lot of people argue like, oh, well, oh, I'm not even going to do the bit. It's a dead bit. Ella says, you can totally learn on the job if it's a small company and they pay you a really low wage. That's fair. That's fair. There are a lot of outsourcing companies, small companies, for sure. Definitely, especially in mobile. Michael says, new job waiting for dailies to start. Wanted to hop in and say hi for the next 15 minutes. Welcome, Michael. Michael's the homie, dude. Oh, we were just talking about mentorships, actually. And Michael was my first mentor. I made him do you remember when I made you the PowerPoint, Michael? Salmon says, I hate the players and the game. Love is dead in my heart. No. Don't do it. Bicycle, yes. Or was it a motorcycle? Oh, man. I don't even remember. I feel like... Oh, it was a motorcycle. Yeah, I made a graph, and I was like... Wait, let me see if I can find it. Do I have it? Surely not. No, those are write-ups. Huh. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I don't think I'll be able to find it. No, I don't think I'll be able to find it. It was a good presentation though. Oh, rip. I'll find it another time. It was cool. It was a good time. It was great, man. No, those mentorships were super, super sick. All right, we've got one sword. And we're about to have two swords. Let's go. Let's go. Simon says they need to make an AI to help people find things on PC. Yeah, maybe. Solid Santiago, welcome. Welcome to the chat. Working on these fun boys today. As per usual, These swords almost have like a feeling of like they're whips almost, which I really like actually. I think it's sick. Do we want to have one over the shoulder? Is that cool? That might be better. Might be a cooler pose. Let's try it. Let's just duplicate him. Because we can always go back, right guys? We can always go back. Let's see, it'll be this shape. It'll be like this. Swing. Or will it be different? Will it be like... Is that better? Okay, wait, whoa. Let's check this chat. You guys are flying. You guys are flying today. Okay, Santiago says, these characters are looking great. Gabriel, congrats, man. Hey, thanks. Thanks for the congratulations. I appreciate it. Mojo's back. Zella says the whole crew looks like they could be in a L'Oreal commercial with their luscious locks. Yeah, baby, let's go. And Ayub says, can you tell us what makes these characters good designs and how you are making them look like they belong to the same group? Well, whether or not they're good designs, I don't know. I'm figuring it out, man. I think a lot of the stuff is like good. It's easier, I think, in hindsight, like far hindsight, to see why they would be good designs. I think right now we have a good mix of characters, you know? Big, long, spiky guys. They're all quite dangerous looking. They're all quite pointy looking. Good designs, they're fun designs, in my opinion. But how am I making them cohesive and part of the same group? Well, similar motifs and material motifs. So, you know, leather, belts, spikes. The consistency of the hair helps a lot for sure. Even the consistency in how like the metal is working on all their pieces of like armor and clothing and stuff. Like the metal is working in the same way. It's all kind of bent, sharp, concave, convex, and it's going to be very different to the other characters that I do, where things are much more rounded with the other crew. But they're all looking quite dangerous. They're all in somewhat of a grimace, you know? And part of that is working off of our central kind of thesis. Even in the original rough sketches, like here, you know, they're not all tied together yet. But I knew the motifs that I would use to tie them all together with these super rough scribbles, which would be these kind of like studded leather, spikes, straps. You know, they're sky pirates, so they're running around. They look reckless. They have a lot of exposed skin. Like that helps a lot, you know? So those things tying together really helps. The knee plates, studs on the knee plates, the plated shoes help a lot. And it's kind of a similar vibe. Like they all look like they're about to do the same thing, which is like, they're intimidating. They're about to fight. They're about to slug it out. Like they have this look about them, like battle hardened, aggressive, fear is on their side. You know, that's kind of a lot of design here. It's not just, you know, big shapes and this and that. Like this would be more for animation. This could be for games too, but I feel like this would be more for animation for sure. In terms of just the vibe of these dudes. I mean, now this could work for games too. What am I saying? What's up, I said? Can't believe what's up said. But yeah, hope that answered your question. Hope it wasn't like a lazy answer to your question. This guy needs beefier arms. This guy's proportions are just off in general. We'll fix it. We shall fix it. All right, I guess I'll just let this hair be what it is, man. It looks kind of cool, so we're just going to go with it. Okay, we're going to clip this hair for now, and we're going to figure out what's happening. So the blade goes around, comes forward. Across the back like this. And has the guard here that hooks over. Make this very graphic. And a lot of my designs, this is just a personal choice that I make, but I do a lot of like flat head-on stuff. Like I'll do certain things at 3/4 and then certain things very graphically head-on, because I feel like it's a lot of the powers and kind of the pose, the read, the graphic read, like what kind of silhouette you can get. Like this guy's very head-on with like a couple 3/4 elements here and there, but I do tend to go for that flat read a lot of the time. That's kind of, I think, part of my influence just as an illustrator, not necessarily as a concept artist, which I'm just learning to embrace, I think, rather than try and fight it. Why not, right? But yeah, what makes these good designs? I don't even know. Michael! Dude, have a great time at work, Michael. Enjoy. Michael's awesome. His short film is coming out soon. We'll do a watch party in the Discord. That's what we'll do. Heck yeah. I think when we're done, I'll probably do a post-mortem design breakdown of all these characters, like in depth. Maybe for like an hour, I'll go one by one and put that up on the Patreon for everybody who's on there. Ella says, I'd say these designs feel very dynamic, emotional. One of the reasons what makes them cool. It's true. They have feeling, intentions, hopes, wants. It's all under the surface, but it's there, which is different than an emotionless drawing or piece. I mean, obviously. But hey, you know. For me, it's a core of why and how I design. Is that sense of emotion. If it doesn't have that sense of emotion or purpose, I don't want it. Sometimes I just like hold stuff to be like, what's happening with the hand here? Oh, it's so thundery today. My goodness, it's so thundery. Wow. I love it though. It sounds awesome. So sick. Yeah, we did a super fun character design challenge yesterday. Wait, let me show some of that. That was really great. So we did another 1 hour character design challenge, and the prompt was super attack. It was like really fun. So Zella did this fantastic dragon with an axe, which is just like so great. I love it. It's like so extra. And Seth did this great drawing of this like engineer who designs these giant cannons and stuff, which is a great drawing of this prop. This is wonderful. Great sketch. And Nabs, I love this one. This might be my favorite one actually, which was this like punk rocker who's like sending a super sonic wave attack, but also super attack just sounds like a band name, which is sick. Mojo did this great painting that he touched up later as well, but even here it's like so sick. And Moth did this great design showing like weight, dimension, impact with this like kind of relationship between this shadow creature and the character, this giant hammer. And for me, it was a bit disjointed, but I ended up coming up with this bloody general who's faced with remorse and regret after losing a battle of a reckless super attack. He should never have done it. It was extra. It was too much. Benji did, I think, this one might be my favorite actually. I mean, it's a tie prop. They're all tied for my favorite, firstly foremostly. But I love this. Like a super who's being attacked. I just love it in this dystopian world. It's like so great in an hour. It's just fantastic. And Abe's designs are really, really cool here. Like Western fantasy with like the mech arms, the extra mech arms. It's just like great. Great shapes, great pose. We've got some more sketches from Moth, which is really great. The original kind of sketches here and the touch up from Mojo, which is super wonderful. But yeah, that was wonderful yesterday. Everybody killed it. We do the character design challenge like 3 times a week. Yeah, 3 times, about 3 times. Last week was a little bit off schedule because of I had guests over, but we're back on our schedule now, which is super cool. But yeah, if anybody wants to join the Patreon, it's open to all. It's $3. You can join the Discord, and I'm planning on having more benefits for the Patreon. I'm making it happen one day at a time. Like, things are really busy for me right now, but it's something I do want to build and contribute to. So I really appreciate everybody who has joined and everybody who's considering joining. Like, you can give it a try even, and you can leave. It's like totally fine. No hard feelings, man. Yeah, I just love working on this stuff with you guys on stream. It's just very, very fun. Makes me want to like not go job hunting. But hey, we gotta get the next gig. The freelance paradox. The next gig. There's always another gig. Okay, sick. We'll give him stripy socks, because stripes is another motif of these guys. So stripes are traditionally put on characters that are kind of up to no good, up to some mischief, going through a radical change. You'll notice stripes on kind of edgy characters a lot. And you know, we are definitely utilizing that archetype here for sure. Okay, I want him to be a little bit more lanky than this. He's not lanky enough. Needs to be like weirdly lanky, I think. Oh, sick. Welcome to the Patreon, Ella. Epic. I love that it notifies me during the stream so I can see. That's so sick. Welcome. Welcome to the Discord. Welcome to the vibe. You should join our character design challenge, the next one we do, which would be super fun. Which actually might be today. We might do one after my meeting, which I have to go to in 30 minutes. We have 30 minutes left, guys. Salmon says, guys, have you heard of Kenneth Rockfort? He's a comic book artist that writes and draws his own comics. Sick. Let's take a look. Whoa, cool art. This guy's cool. Yeah, great drawings. Wow. I'm not showing them on stream again. Copyright, all that stuff. Like, I can't do it. Ayub says, would you do something based on how you find freelance work for the Patreon? I could do, for sure. It's going to be pretty short. It's basically just going to be word of mouth, posting art, and, you know, getting on LinkedIn. But yeah, I could do that for sure. Eventually. I'm definitely not a job searching savant. Some of my friends are really good at it. Sick. Yeah, the best freelance to get is the freelance where they want you for you. That's the best freelance to get, when like you have a clear voice and they want what you can do. That feels really good to get. Whenever I get gigs like that, it's like a dream. Unfortunately, with Blue Sky, the project always goes into production. And when it goes into production, they don't need concepts anymore. So it's like you'll have like a dream gig and then it'll just like start getting made and you're like, oh, I'm done. Oh, okay. Next one. You want to just keep making ideas for it forever. Let's see here. Well, we've kind of got this guy down. The only thing is his little elbow pad for sure. Simon says you are on Blue Sky. Usually the work that I do is in the Blue Sky phase of production. So like the very first kind of like you want to get ideas down, you want to figure out what the world is, all that stuff. Most of what I do is world building and Blue Sky stuff. I do like story art, color key stuff for that too sometimes. But yeah, just the similar stuff to what I do here, you know, like even with the other IP, like the Benny's Kitchen stuff. Like that's a great example of starting with nothing and then just coming up with a world, and then you kind of have a little world. You start with nothing, and then you kind of get some sketches down, and then next thing you know, you got a little world going. You can kind of like look in there and walk around and be like, oh wow, this is cool. There's a cauldron, and a dragon, and a guy, and you know, we got the dragon here and the chef over here, and we've got expressions, and we got to color these and finish. Wait, I haven't even done that yet. What am I doing? All right, tomorrow. We'll do that tomorrow. We'll finish Benny and the dragon tomorrow. Classic. And all the food props too. We need the food, all the delicious, tasty food props. Juicy. The juicy food props. Yeah. All right, let's see what else we got going on this page. Well, these guys are kind of done-ish. Huh. Let me think if I'm forgetting anything. We have half an hour. Maybe the only thing I want to include is clear leather accents for this. You always want clarity, man. Clarity's great. Clarity is lit. Kronk, is that you? Isma. Gotta get the poison for Cusco. Hey! Cusco. Come here. What's over there? Squeaker, squeak, squeak, I'm squeak. Ella says, have you ever been hired for illustration? Yeah, for sure. I've done illustration work. Illustration's not my favorite because illustration is like such a grind. It's such a grind, man. You're just polishing and polishing and polishing and polishing and drawing and polishing and blech. And you're just doing it and doing it and doing it. And then it finally looks good. And they're like, okay, thanks, next one. And you're like, okay. Okay. Or my favorite, which is make their boobs bigger. Or my favorite, which is they need a lighter skin tone, which thank God I've never had that one. But what people want illustrated, man. Good Lord. Illustration is like, it could be the best or the worst, right? Because to render and to bring something into reality like that is such a joyful process. It's so beautiful and wonderful. But if the subject matter is like grueling and like weird, then like, no. It's just weird. At a certain point, it's just degen hours, man. Concept is like so fun. Concept is so fun for me. Well, because here's the thing is that I know people who love illustration, they love rendering, they love doing it. They just love doing it because, and they don't care what the subject matter is. They don't care about anything like that. They're just like, let's go, let's illustrate and let's render. I can't do it, man. I can't. I'm not built for that. I will very seldom take an illustration gig. Actually, I just did. I just did take an illustration gig. But it's for like a buddy, so it's different. It's cool. I get to do a sick Egyptian design for apparel. Designing for apparel is fun. That'll be interesting. I'll show that on stream too. Actually, you know what's interesting? I'll see if I can. I'll ask him if I can stream it live, and I could take you guys through an illustration process with me over like a week or something. That could be cool. That would be sick, actually. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure he would totally be chill with it. I'm sure. Yeah, I will rarely take commissions and illustration work, man. It just never feels worth it. It never, ever feels worth it. Always feels like it's more trouble than it's worth. Versus concept, I can just come up with sick ideas and just hand them in as like drawings and sketches. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll have to finish some stuff here and there, polish it up, but that's like sick. It's like my idea. I get to polish my idea. That's awesome. Ella says, totally agree. It's a grind. I recently made a couple, spent three times more time than I expected. That's the thing with illustration. It's like concepting already takes more time than you think, but illustration, I mean, what I'm doing right now technically is illustration work. Like I'm using a line art style to bring these characters to life in a clear way. So this is illustration technically, but it's for me. It's just for me. Hey. It's just for you and me. Just between you and me. This is just between you and me, actually. So, don't tell the art director. It's just between you and me. Oh my gosh. I was running through the rain earlier, so like my hair is crazy today. Makes a difference when the topic is interesting. Oh, for sure. Mom, come pick me up. I'm scared. That's funny, Mojo. Ooh woo? No ooh woos. No. There's a reason why I'm not streaming on Twitch. There's a reason. No. Rescue me. Take me away. Leave me alone. Akira. Leave me alone. This guy's looking cool. Wait, I like him a lot. I feel like we need him to be a little like a little hunched over, sort of. You can kind of get away with changing a couple things in the line art, like a little bit here and there. Our good buddy Thomas Chamberlain Keene, notorious line art liquefier, and he makes it work, man. He makes it sing. All right, this guy, he slays. He's a boss. Look at him go. He's a boss. I want the blade to feel thicker. It's feeling a little impotent to cut here. We want it to feel lethal. There we go. Wow. Look at that. Boom. That's gonna cut right through you, baby. Swing. Yeah, that guy's gonna cut it up. Cool. He's on a barrel. He's got his thing. He's got his whatever. This is a gun guy. Still figuring this guy out. I don't know what's going on with him. How much time do we have before I gotta bounce? 15 minutes? Only 15 minutes? Guys, no Japanese in the chat. I'm joking. You guys can write in Japanese. I'm just going to use Google Translate because I don't know how to speak Japanese. I don't know. Aw. Cute. You guys are cute. You guys are funny. The only thing I know how to say in Japanese is this. Kyoi ga iremashita. Zenbun nonjao zo. Which is for whenever I see my buddy Kofi. That and the obvious classic. Omae wa mo shinderu. HG says, I come back here and the ooh is the first thing I see. I'm confused and scared. I'm on that Duolingo Japanese lingo. Let's go. Oh, man. All right, 15 minutes before I gotta hop for a meeting. Let's go. Let's start this guy. This guy's gonna be super fun. So I'm thinking with this guy, let's do a new layer. Nani? Nani? Bro activated fight or flight mode. A little bit. This guy, I feel like he needs some like crazy eyebrows. He needs the Renji Abarai eyebrows for all my Bleach fans in the chat. Sketching over or lining over a sketch like this is definitely kind of intense. You kind of gotta forget about the underdrawing because it's so loose. Zella says, I've been trying to learn Japanese for years now. So much kanji. That's a lot. That's a lot of work. All for anime without the subtitles. Is it worth it? Is it truly worth it? This guy's giving you the meh. Meh. Yeah, the consequence of subtitles is just that I do the dishes slower because I'm reading. That's the consequence for me. Nab says, my tip for learning Japanese, listen to Japanese music. Been doing this for years and I understand a bit now. Let's go. Let's go. It's based. You guys are based. All right, we'll save the grimace for now. This guy, I think originally we wanted him to have like sick sideburns. The who's the Zelda villain who has those like epic sideburns? Am I even thinking of the right guy? Does he even have sideburns? Am I crazy? I could be crazy. You know who I love? Oh gosh, I hope she's Japanese. Otherwise, I'm gonna be canceled, guys. I'm gonna be canceled. No, it has to be. It has to be. Yeah, do you guys know Ichiko Aoba? So good. Her album Windswept, so good. Epic, truly. Dude, Saman knows what's up. I'm trying to learn Farsi. Oof. It's a lot. But I know some words. I know beard. Beard is riche and mustache is sibyl. I know that. I know shirt is blouse. So, you know, we're getting somewhere. My girlfriend is helping me learn I will learn. My favorite saying in Farsi is just, or term of endearment is just calling someone jigaram, which is just means like you are my liver. And it's just like, it's like you are my heart, like you're a part of me. It's like jigaram. It's like, oh, jigaram June. Oh, jigaram. And there's another one which is jigar tala, which means golden liver, which is just awesome. Oh man, I bust that out, and the Persian grannies they're like, oh, jigar tala, and I'm like jigar tala. It's like, you know how it is. You always want to impress the grannies. All right, that face is looking weird. We're gonna rough it up. We're gonna rough our way in here. Oh man, I turned on Windswept, the album, just now. I don't think you guys can hear it. No, you can't. Thank goodness. That would be a true copy strike nightmare. But it's so beautiful. It's like so beautiful. Saman says, I speak Kurdish. It is an Iranian language. It'll take me like 3 months to learn it. That's sick. Yeah. Man, the US just didn't do a great job at teaching multiple languages, did it? American education system. I feel like necessity is a big part of it, though. Like if there's a need to learn it, or like use cases, you like want to learn it more. The only people I know who were kind of close to that were like French Canadians, or like Canadians who like went to Quebec or something. They would learn French and like know a decent amount of French. But then you're speaking French. Then you're someone who speaks French, and that's like a whole thing. That's a whole deal. This dude, I thought this one would be simple, but it's kind of intense. Saman says, we say jigaram too, but if you really want to say my dear in Kurdish, you say gazabem, which means my blood. It is a bit more metal than the Farsi one. Damn, that is pretty metal. It's pretty freaking metal. Yeah, Zella says, I only had the option to learn another language when I was in high school, and it was only Spanish. Yeah. I switched schools. I've said the lore too many times, but I switched schools so much when I was younger. And so like it was always a different year, and like everyone was a different spot with Spanish or different languages, and I just had no idea what was going on. I just faked it. I just faked it till I made it, man. I just got through somehow. Potentially through devious means. But that was a different time and a whole different Gabriel. So we did what we had to do to survive. All right. I think I got to bounce for a bit, guys. Let's see. Yeah, all right. Yeah, should be going. Mojo says 7 years of speaking Spanish and I can't speak a lick of it. It's so true. Man, you guys are bringing up the U.S. teaching system. You don't want to get me started. Teachers Union, don't get me started. Oh, man. Oh, man. America is number one. I love the U.S. My God, the education system. My God. Talk about corruption, short-sightedness, bureaucracy, all of it, man. All of it. But hey, this isn't a political stream. Not a political stream. We're just making dudes with big fists about to punch a guy. So, that's what we're up to. So, you guys can get me started in the Discord. How about that? No. There's too many people just ranting on the internet, man. There's just too many. Too many people. The second you go into politics, you just alienate so many people. Because we've really been trained to not be okay with disagreeing with people. We're not okay with disagreeing with people. So we're going to focus on the points of unity that bind us all together, which is, in this case, art and drawing. Such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing, art and drawing. Illustration, design. It's fun. It's exciting. Incredible career, incredible vocation. We can just do that. All right, we're going to give this guy cool armor because, like, their lore is that they raided, like, an old kind of a castle. That's where they got a lot of their gear. So we'll give him big shoulder plates, I think, this guy. We'll give him big shoulder plates. Boom, baby. Yeah, that's how it goes, Zella. That's how it goes. Yeah, I mean, teaching is incredible. I love teaching a lot. But yeah, I think if I were to teach, it would just be indie. I don't think I would want to teach at an institution. I don't really know if I believe in institutions like that anymore, man. Like, at least for art, it's so much money. It's so much money for what? You know, I see young students on the internet learning in a year what people in art schools learn in 4 or more. And one is doing it for free and one is doing it for $60K a year, you know? I just don't know if I could. That's why I went to the UK. I was not about to pay US prices for school. But if your country allows you to go to school, like not in an expensive way, then incredible. I like this expression. It's a good one. That's really fun, actually. Give him the bun. We'll hook it up. All right, guys. I gotta hop into a meeting. Okay, so this is the end of the stream for now. I'm gonna hop back on and start a new one later. So this is part 1 of the title. You'll see part 2 later. Let's go through the chat though, just in case I miss anything. Damn. Yeah, that's how it goes, Mojo. Me too. That's true, Salmon. Basics of art department, but even art department stuff, like very few schools actually teach that. Like very, very few. So there you go. Yeah, I'll be back. So I'll be back in maybe 2 hours, maybe 2. In between 1 and 2, I think. Yeah. So I gotta hop on a meeting. Dude, wait, let me double check just in case. I don't want to set myself up for failure here. Yeah, you guys are awesome. This is a great session today. Got a lot done. We got that guy like wrapped up. Yeah, okay, sick. All right, I gotta bounce. I'll catch you guys on the next one. If you're watching this back in the recording, thank you so much. It's been a fantastic couple of hours. I hope you gleaned something interesting here. If you want to subscribe to the channel, feel free to subscribe. If you liked this stream or this video or whatever, feel free to like the video. It helps out a lot. Leave a comment about stuff that you learned or you want to learn more about. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.